What's up, Chooch? Back with another video out here on the Begode Ex.N. This is the new iteration. This is the fast, no suspension wheel right here from Begode, guys. This is basically the Gotway RS. This is basically that wheel, but it just has a little bit more battery power. And I'd say about 900 watt hours of battery power, actually. So a good bit more. But anyways, we're going to be looking right now at just the climbing capabilities of this thing and the sheer torque of it. So this is where this wheel shines, guys. And you just look at this right here. I mean, you can just see how this thing is passing bikes like they are just tied to stumps. And then we're going to go around this corner right over here, and you're just going to see how this thing can actually pass cars as well, like they are tied to stumps. And this is going up 11 to 16% grade, maybe even steeper at some points right here. But this wheel, unlike any other wheel, felt like it was just not going to give out on me. It felt like it was super powerful. It felt like it had everything in the tank still left there. And this is key, guys. This is a really good thing for if you're doing road riding in the city, anything like that. Having that power there where you can just go if you need to get out of the way of something, or just go to get, just to go if you need to, you got it there. This thing really shines in the department of where if you're a rider that likes to push the limits, you like to really throw it into turns, you like to power ride of turns hard, you like to brake really hard. There's a lot of guys out there now that just like, that's one thing I recently started doing, is just braking really hard, and that changes up my riding style too. And with the other wheels, I was kind of afraid to do that, but with this one, I can just brake as hard as I want to, accelerate as hard as I want to. But the whole other dynamic of this wheel is, if you don't want to do that, and if you don't want to use the high performance capabilities of it, the whole reason you can do all that and just accelerate hard, brake hard, and everything is just that smooth power delivery. But on the flip side, if you don't want to really go into corners hard and brake hard and do all that, if you wanted to just chill and ride on this wheel and just cruise, this wheel would just cruise and be effortless. More so than any other wheel. By what I'm saying by that is just the power delivery and the smoothness of this wheel. If you're just a casual rider and you want to get on it and just chill and ride, it's going to literally feel like you're just teleporting. It really will. It will literally feel like you're just sitting there just teleporting along like nothing. But if you want to get down with it, you really want to ride it hard and treat this thing, like a rally wheel, or, treat this thing like you're in the Fast and Furious or whatever, you can do it. This wheel, it has the power there to do it. And I never felt like this thing was going to, overpower or anything like that. And I can really tell the signs on these wheels because I've rode so much. I can really kind of spot exactly how it feels right in my feet, man. I can tell you, if it's getting too hot, if it's overpowering, if something's not going right. But with this, I felt confident the entire time. I did not feel like I was going to overpower the wheel. I didn't feel like I was going to have a cutoff. I didn't feel like anything was getting too hot. It maintained power, and it felt good the entire way, all the way to the top. And then once I got to the top, I actually didn't stop at all. Usually what I'll do if I'm riding a wheel and I really torture it, going up to a peak of a mountain or something like this, especially going this fast with any other wheel, I'll take a break, let it cool down for a minute, make sure that motherboard's cooled off for at least, 15-20 minutes before I turn around and come back down the hill. Just as a safety thing, it'd probably be okay, but as just a safety thing in the back of my mind, I want those components to be cool whenever I'm coming back down the hill. With this wheel, I didn't even wait at the top. I just felt like it was, I felt like it could handle it. I felt like this is, where technology is going now, and it felt great, so I have no complaints with it. And this right here, the reason I wanted to put this in here specifically is because if I was in the market for an electric unicycle and I saw this video right here, this video would do it for me. If I saw just how fast this could go up a mountain, how effortlessly it could climb a mountain, this would sell me on an EUC over an electric skateboard or a one wheel any day, if I was in the market for a commuter tool or something fun to have, for the relatively the same price point as a lot of those other one wheels and skateboards, you could have something like this that's just incredibly fast, something high performance, something that just really is, that it blows your mind. Once you really figure out what it can do and what these new ones can do, I mean, it blows your mind. So this is just a whole different ball game than something like an electric skateboard or a one wheel. And I think now the veterans and the Begode Ex.Ns and the Begode EX, this is kind of, and the Monster Pro as well, these are kind of really separating from the pack of a lot of other PEVs. And I think like electric unicycles and then like the high performance scooters are gonna kind of go off in their own category, of just being really high performance, because they're leading the way, man, in the way of these things over the one wheel and the skateboards. Those are kind of being left in the dirt as to where the capacity and the speeds and everything are. But this, I mean, this really does. If I wanted to show somebody, what an electric unicycle is, what it does, and then the capabilities of the new ones, this is a video right here that would do it for me. I'd be like, okay, whoa, dude, like that thing is moving up that mountain. That's incredible. And it is, I'd say speeds right here, guys, we're going about 35 to 45 miles an hour, keeping it between about 35 to 45 the whole way going up that hill. This wheel right here essentially is just a bigger, more long-range version of the Gotway RS. So if you really want to get a good, fast wheel out there with the hollow motor in it, the Gotway RS, those are available right now. These are going to be available soon. I just got word the other day that Rev Rides is going to have these available for pre-order soon. So that's great news for you guys. You'll be able to get those. And affiliate links, guys, below for eWheels, Rev Rides, and eRides UK. If y'all use those links, man, it really, really helps me out. And if you're getting any wheel, or check out the Amazon store below or anything like that below, it really helps the channel. Discount codes, link tree, all that stuff's below. One thing I think is pretty wild after riding this is to think that the one with suspension has a 3,500 watt motor. This one has a 2,800 watt motor, and it's more powerful than anything that I would ever imagine. So I wonder why they did that though, where they had so much more power in the one with suspension. I don't understand it.
World, dude. That thing just pulled up that hill, no problem. That was epic, dude. That's crazy, dude. I beat cars up here by a lot. I passed cars on the way up. This thing is a beast, dude.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure about that. So I'm not really too sure about why the hollow motor on the suspension one is just rated. It has so much more power, and I wonder, like, if like you did a side-by-side comparison, is the motor actually a little bit thicker on the EX or Ex.N, or if you did a side-by-side comparison, would the motor hub look exactly the same, is what I wonder. I'm not too sure, because the wheels look pretty much identical. Just the only thing is the suspension that you see hanging down. So that's one thing I would like to take them both apart side by side to really see, what was going on with it. But man, I tell you what, I couldn't imagine, having any more torque than what's already there with this. That's pretty nuts. But I think I still made the right decision with doing some on-road riding. I think with the Ex.N, you might be able to do some like slingshot effect where you use that suspension in a road riding scenario to where you're really compressing that suspension and then sinking down and then popping out of those corners really hard with that suspension, which, you can use that to your advantage in a lot of riding situations if you know how to do it right. So we'll see. We'll have to see though. We really will have to see. But I think as of road riding right now, this thing, that's just amazing. And I don't think you could be a really heavy rider, get this, and then still ride it like really hardcore guys, and not worry about overpowering it, worrying about having a cutoff. This is just your wheel right here to get if you're a heavy rider and you still want to really rip it and have fun and not worry about having a cutoff. This is, these are the wheels for you for doing that, from what I can tell right now. So, but Anyways, guys, I'm telling you, I'm loving this wheel for sure. This thing is blowing my mind, and that right there, you know, if somebody is giving you flack about electric unicycles, you can show them this video of how that thing just ate that hill like nothing.